Okay, so I just woke up and for the past couple of months I've been having a whole bunch of dreams, right? Dreams that are vivid, right? I think it was 2 days ago I dreamt about a gun, about a gun. It was yellow and it was, how would you say it? It was two, there was two parts to it. You know, the top part would shoot out like this frisbee, and the bottom part was the actual gun with the, it didn't have a cartridge. It had this little ball. It had this little ball, and you would put the ball in inside a certain place, and then you would cock it back. And I guess you would shoot out something that would fly in the air, and then you would try to shoot it, with the actual little ball. And it was weird because there was only one little ball. Like there wasn't a cartridge of them. It was just one. And I've never seen something like it. And I remember, like, in my dream, I was looking at it for at least a minute or two, which was weird. I remember it. I remember it vividly. And so, anyways, moving past that, last night, I I dreamt five dreams. Five dreams. The first was very basic. It was about the so-called family that I had in the past, and it was weird because I dreamt about, like, basic. It was the basic stuff. Like I was always running around doing this or doing that, right? And I ran into a tablet, a pink, a pink tablet. Like I had it in my hands, and it went from being a normal tablet to being a pink tablet. The pink, like, plastic type with a covering of plastic, pink, cheap. And I was like, what the hell? That was interesting of that dream. That was the first dream. The second dream, the second dream was interesting because it was, like I said, vivid. All these dreams are vivid, you know. I don't know why. I don't know why now at this point in my life am I having so much dreams that are, like, realistic, like they're vivid, you know. And so the second dream was that I was, how would you say it, going back to rehab, you know. And I was there going back and forth doing this and doing that, running around a city which is kind of big, a city which is kind of big. They don't exist here in Mexico, or I don't know, like the cities are different. In my dream, they're different, you know. In this dream, that they're very similar, but they're very big. The cities are enormous, you know. It takes a while, you know what I'm saying? It takes you a while, you know what I'm saying, to cross an entire city. And so it was running back and forth from the street back to the rehab and stuff like that. That was the second dream. The third dream, the third dream was even more interesting because this third dream, it was about internationals. It was about me being in a city, you know. Like I said, these cities are big, you know, and they're tourists, and I don't know why I ended up running into them, but they were so vivid, you know, so vivid, so realistic, you know. And these internationals, right? And I met this one guy, and this guy was, I was following this one guy around, and, you know, doing this and doing that, going into a restaurant and going from a place to a place. uh, I ended up talking to this pale individual, and she was driving me. She was driving me for some reason, and there was this redhead, and the redhead would admitted to being like 600 and something years old, you know, and the pale individual admitted to being like freaking 300 and 200 something years old. And I was like, what the hell? And they were admitting this to me, you know. And so the dream, it was like, it went from being like international to being like, you know what I'm saying, raw reality, you know. And we were driving through a city, and like the individual was explaining to me all this about, you know, the world, you know. But like, I don't remember nothing. Like, I remember like it talking. Like, I remember the person talking, but I remember just like waking up, I guess. You know, but it was telling me stuff because it told me that the redhead was like about 600 and something years old, and she was 200 and going on 300 years old, you know. And it was some weird, very weird shit. And then the fourth dream was even weirder. Well, I guess that was the weirdest dream, that one. The fourth dream was very similar, you know. The very was very similar. Like, I went to these internationals. I was with these internationals and we're talking, but these internationals didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing. They weren't like the first dream, the third dream, where I was talking to an international and then it went into raw reality. No, this fourth dream was, I talked to a whole bunch of internationals, and then they want me to hook up with some type of female, you know, that's old, that I could see clearly see that is old, you know. There, it went from, I mean, from international to me being aware of what they are because I was with them, right? I'm with the internationals and I'm talking to them, and I was inside of some apartment, and they wanted me to, I had talked to the guy that was around there because I was living on the street and they were trying to help me, right? But what he called, the apartment guy was like, "Hey, I need this fixed and I need this fixed and maybe you can help me," right? And when I went into the apartment where the internationals were, you know, there was stuff that was like not fixed, you know, like a door that was like hanging, you know, tilted, and it just needed like a screw, you know. I was looking around and I was saying, I think I'm gonna end up having to fix that. I talked to the owner of the apartments, to the guy in charge, and I think he wants me to start working with him. And these people were like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? You're with us. You're with us. We'll get you a job, international job, not having to work job, you know. And I was like, yeah, but I like doing it and this and this and that. The same situation as always, you know. That was the fourth. That was the fourth dream, you know. That was the fourth dream, and the fifth dream was the same thing, right? The same thing was an international female, was solely based on some international female wanting me to get with her. That's what the fifth dream was about. And I don't know. I just think that, you know, that, and right now I have this urge to go to the centro, you know, to spend money, to spend money, to spend money, you know, in the centro. You know, I don't want to. You know, I don't want to go to the centro. Why? Because there's fat people over there, especially on a Friday. You know, you know what I see? I see a whole bunch of fat people freeloading. I don't know, for one reason or another. Even if they're not fat, they're like healthy. They're stocky, tall people freeloading. How do they do it? I don't know, and I don't like to be around it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not gonna go on a Friday. I'm gonna choose a Monday and go early in the morning. Be there at 7 o'clock in the morning before the stores open to go in and out, to go in and out, to avoid all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But these dreams, man, they were hectic, man, hectic. Uh, I just can't believe it. I think it's getting closer, Chino. I wonder what these internationals want from me because I used to hang around them a lot, and I haven't seen any around me. And now I have these dreams